Thank you. Hello again. I hope all of you have been having a lovely time catching up with old friends and meeting some new ones. I'd like to talk about money now. There, that got your attention. I knew it would. The National Institute not only collects money, we actually dole it out too. Part of our mission, as I mentioned before, is to support and encourage the study of the social sciences. One rather clever way we have done so for many years is by making direct grants to late-stage PhD candidates in the social sciences who need money to complete their dissertation research. Those of you in academia know that the grants, stipends, and other support PhD candidates receive in the course of their studies sometimes just aren't enough to carry them through to the end. Sometimes a candidate needs travel money to visit a remote archive. Sometimes a candidate needs funds for child support so they can write or research. Or, as would likely be the case with me, financing for 10,000 doses of no-dose to keep me awake while reading a series of obscure 18th century German authors. I didn't do that, by the way. So some years back, Jonathan Peele, who is with us here tonight, thank you, and is a longtime National Institute member, former trustee, and current chair of our grants committee, came up with the notion of a seed grant program, which would give late-stage PhD candidates unrestricted funds for just these purposes. It was a big success. Initially, it was a rather bespoke affair, with our president and trustees contacting a few of the many eminence gris in academia that we know from giving out gold medals or pestering them for speaker suggestions, and asking them to suggest a worthy candidate or two of their acquaintance whose dissertation research could benefit from the addition of a substantial check. This worked quite well for several years, and it netted us some very impressive late-stage social science PhDs who have gone on to great success, all detailed on our website if you're curious. But a few years ago, the Grants Committee and the board decided to upgrade, expand, and systematize the program to reach a broader target audience and hopefully spread the wealth a little beyond the usual ivy-clad suspects. We rechristened the program the Dissertation Grant Program, and we initiated our first competition under this rubric in 2020 with a solicitation of candidates from 26 accredited institutions of higher learning. That worked so well and resulted in so many strong submissions that we decided to up the ante in 2021. So this year we solicited submissions from 42 highly respected universities with top-ranked graduate programs in the social sciences. The National Institute does direct grant monies to other organizations active in the social sciences too, always with the purpose of supporting the work of graduate scholars studying in the field. But the Dissertation Grant Program is our flagship initiative, and we are looking forward to continuing it and expanding it in the future. And so, without further ado, I would like to introduce a few of our dissertation grant winners who are with us here this evening. First, from 2020, we have Gabriel Rayburn. Gabriel is a doctoral candidate in religious studies and history at the University of Pennsylvania. He studies 20th century US religion and politics and the histories of race inequality and evangelicalism. That's hard to say. Anyway, his dissertation traces the rise in political and economic influence of the prosperity gospel, the belief that material wealth is a sign of God's blessing and that poverty results from lack of faith in the 20th and 21st centuries. Our 2020 dissertation grant supports Gabriel's research in political and religious archives that help illuminate the relationship between Pentecostals and conservative politicians and strategists throughout the 1980s. Next, I would like to introduce the two co-winners of this year's dissertation grant competition, Emma Gillani and Francisco Lara Garcia. Emma is a doctoral candidate in anthropology at the University of Chicago. She studies indigenous sovereignty, settler colonialism, American imperialism, and the recent history of the circumpolar North. Her dissertation explores 20th century processes of missionization and militarization in Nunatsiavut. I hope I said that right, Emily. Emma's dissertation grant will support remote interviews and long-distance collaboration with the inhabitants of Nunatsiavut, as well as archival research at the Moravian Archives in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Francisco is a doctoral candidate in the Department of Sociology at Columbia University. His research examines the connection between locales of immigrant arrival, immigrant well-being, and public policy. Currently, Francisco is the lead investigator for the Mexicans in Albuquerque and Tucson Integration Study, his dissertation project. This project seeks to better integrate migration studies with urban sociology by investigating the role of local institutional factors in producing differential integration paths for immigrants in cities in the United States. Francisco's dissertation grant supports his research, including structured interviews with Mexican immigrants in Tucson and Albuquerque. I encourage you to speak with Emma, Francisco, and Gabriel if you would like to hear more about their scholarly work and how the National Institute grants have helped them pursue it. I'm sure they would be happy to share because this is their life's work right now, and they are very passionate about it. I hope and trust they will have nice things to say about us, too. I know that all of us at the National Institute are very proud of them. Let's give them all a big round of applause, shall we? In addition to being the future of the social sciences, Gabriel, Francisco, and Emma are living examples of the direct support the National Institute provides to effect our mission to support and encourage the study of social sciences. This support comes directly from you, our guests, and from our members and trustees. If you would like to help us in this program and expand our direct grant activities, we would welcome your support.